On January 1st of 2011, the state of New Jersey will implement its new e-scrap law. Hi, I'm Dan Bayha, Vice President of Thru the Future Technology Disposal, a 21-year-old computer recycling firm located in northern New Jersey. In the summer of 2009, I sat on a committee in Trenton which was reviewing the potential impacts of this new e-scrap law on businesses here in New Jersey, and I'd like to spend a little bit of time discussing these changes. Discarded electronics are the fastest growing segment of our solid waste stream. Discarded electronics represent a serious environmental risk primarily because of lead used in the manufacturing process in several of the key elements found in computer systems. The first of which are CRTs, or cathode ray tubes, and the electronic circuit boards themselves, which use lead-based solder. In 2002, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, recognizing the risks associated to the disposal of electronics, reclassified consumer electronics as a form of hazardous waste known as universal waste. Universal waste is a form of hazardous waste that appears both in households and in businesses on a common basis. The intent of the universal waste regulations was to significantly reduce the amount of paperwork associated to the disposal of a hazardous waste in order to improve the recycling rates of this type of material. In the state of New Jersey, it's required that anyone handling this must register both with the federal EPA and the state of New Jersey as a handler. There are three classifications for handlers. The first is a small quantity generator that is generally designated for people that are in the business of repairing computer systems and refurbishing them for resale. The second classification, or large quantity handler, are people that accumulate large quantities of this type of material and then will sort them into reusable and non-reusable classifications. For both of these designations, any non-reusable material must be passed up to the third classification, which is known as a Class D processing facility. Class D permits are very lengthy processes and expensive, and only 8 companies in New Jersey, including Thru the Future, are Class D permits. Class D permits are important in this new e-scrap law, and I'll touch upon that a little bit later. In January of 2009, the state of New Jersey passed a companion act to the e-scrap law known as the Recycling Enhancement Act. The Recycling Enhancement Act adds a surcharge to all solid waste disposal in the state of New Jersey, and the money is dedicated to the improvement of recycling rates within the state. Included in this act is the requirement that all organizations within the state recycle a list of some 30 items, and that these items must be reported on an annual basis to the local municipalities. Included within these 30 items are electronics. The new e-scrap law introduces a number of new requirements for anyone disposing of electronics here in the state of New Jersey. The first issue is a landfill ban. The landfill ban effectively prohibits waste haulers from picking up and delivering any type of electronic device to either landfills or to transfer stations. To be disposed of electronics must be brought to state-designated recycling centers. These centers will include county MUAs, local municipality recycling centers, and we anticipate that new equipment retailers will also act as designated facilities. Individual New Jersey residents and small businesses can recycle televisions, monitors, personal computers, and laptops at no charge. The cost of this recycling effort is borne by new equipment manufacturers. The New Jersey e-scrap law is known as a manufacturer responsibility bill. What that bill in fact says is that if a new manufacturer of any type of electronic wants to sell these electronics in the state of New Jersey, they must provide free recycling for any items that they displace. Electronic disposal for larger organizations are not covered under this bill. However, larger organizations must use authorized recycling facilities. Authorized recycling facilities under this bill are identified as Class D universal waste handlers. Class D universal waste handlers are also identified as destination facilities under the Recycling Enhancement Act. We are authorized as a Class D facility to generate the annual weight reports that are sent to your local municipality's recycling coordinator. Another very important consideration when disposing of old electronics is the issue of data security. The new e-scrap law makes no provisions for the protection of data that might still be found on hard drives within personal computers and laptops. Because of this, we highly recommend that you remove all hard drives from PCs and laptops prior to the recycling. Technology disposal is becoming an increasingly complex regulatory environment. Our new e-scrap law addresses environmental concerns, and we have identity theft laws that address data that's recorded on hard drives within these computer systems. We highly recommend that all organizations review their current disposal practices in light of these new liabilities. Back Through the Future would like to make the following recommendations. Number 1, remove all data storage devices from to-be recycled computer equipment. The data storage devices should be disposed of in a completely separate process. We highly recommend visiting our website, harddriveshredding.com, and viewing the video that goes into detail as to the proper handling practices for data storage devices. The second recommendation is to know your recycling vendor. Understand their licenses and their certifications. If we can be of any further assistance, please feel free to contact us.